Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do a reading for you guys. I pulled some cards and I thought the messages were very important that I had to share with a lot of you guys because I think a lot of you will benefit from this reading. So I have two extra cards right here. I'm not going to show you until the end of the reading, but we're going to get into this right here. So I made a different kind of spread, but let's just dive right in, okay? For all of you guys that need this message, you can stumble upon this reading anytime for the messages that you need. So anytime you have come across this reading, it is for you. So we have a few things going on here. We have joy and delight. So opening your heart up to joy. But then right underneath this card, we have the miser. Ooh, a hoarder. Okay, somebody that is holding on and clinging on to something, whether this be a trauma, a memory, an emotion, an experience, or it could be materialistic things that you're holding on to, junk, things you don't use, things that are just sitting there collecting dust. Whatever the case may be for you, there is this need to declutter for the health and the thriving and growing of your joy and your delight in your life. A lot of you may not be able to experience the full potential of your joy because you are holding on to something so tightly that it has become your priority almost, and you put joy and delight and cheer and laughter, all of that stuff to the side, because what you're clinging on to has become more important. And that's not good. The next card that we have here is answering the call. So the time is now. And then we have receptivity. Okay? A lot of you guys may be getting ideas. You know you want a different life. You know you want a different path. You want a different routine. Something different job, maybe a different relationship, a different house, a different city, a different hairstyle, whatever this is for you. I also want to say, sometimes we start off really, really small. So for me, the smallest change that I made in my whole spiritual awakening, like the big things that were happening behind the scenes, but the small things that I've noticed that like jump started and jump kicked those big movements was me making small changes in my daily routines, okay? So be receptive to what your spirit tells you, what your spirit calls for you to do. For me, when I wake up, the thing that gets me out of bed and makes me excited to get out of bed is coffee. So I love preparing my coffee. It's such a grounding experience for me. The hot water, the coffee, the creamer, the sugar, whatever else I want to add to it that day. And then I sit with my warm coffee. I feel the warm mug in my hands. It's very grounding for me. But I had to be receptive of the fact that I love my coffee experience so much that I turned it into like a morning ritual, and it helps me get out of bed, helps me get ready for the day. It's something I treat myself to at the very beginning of my morning, the start of my day. It's a treat for myself. And so what is it that you need to answer to in that way in your life? The smallest step, be receptive to it. What if it's just you waking up to your favorite coffee or your favorite tea every morning? What if it's you being receptive to waking up every morning to feed your cats? Or what if you're receptive to, it's whatever your spirit is calling for you to do. Some people, it's you want to be receptive more to taking a walk every morning, getting on your treadmill every morning, maybe reading a chapter or two of a book every morning before you start your day, or at night after you end your day to wind down. So it's not just a morning and night routine thing. This is anything. Like, what if in your job, in your business, in your career, in your work field, you are being called to be a little bit more receptive to taking a risk or asking for a raise or possibly applying to that one job that you've just been itching to apply for. Whatever this is, you guys, only you know. The cards tell very generic messages, but to everybody it's different, you know? So the next card that we have here is interesting. So it's a time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. And the Lover's card is upside down and it's crossing bridges. This card is very similar to the Hermit card in a tarot, which means you find your own light and you follow your own light. For a lot of you, I feel like there is this work being done in your love life. Lots of work being done in your love life where you're learning to follow your own path, learning to follow your own voice, not the voice of your trauma, not the voice of your mom, not the voice of your this, that, whatever. You are learning to follow your own light here, as you can see, you know, and this is going to affect your love life a lot. So a lot of you are just going to be speaking more, communicating more, loving more, showing more compassion, whatever it is that you need to contribute in your part of the love life. You're crossing that bridge where you're letting go of the ego, letting go of defense mechanisms you have created, letting go of toxic habits. And this is going to affect your love life because there may have been blocks where you were not communicating, where you were not practicing self-care, self-love. Or maybe you just were not listening to your partner, or maybe this, maybe that, maybe that. It's so different for everybody. So what the main message here is that you're crossing that bridge, and that phase of this Lover's connection is crossing that bridge. And that's a very, very, very good thing because you're crossing over water. And water is your emotions. So you're dealing with it, you're handling it, you're mending, connecting, releasing, healing it. Beautiful, perfect. Okay? I love this for you. The next card set that we have here is choosing your path, all is possible, and isolation. A lot of you guys have dreams, you have wishes, you have desires, you have goals, you have these images in your head that you see yourself in, okay? That's you choosing your path, and that, I want to tell you guys, keep doing it. Keep picturing yourself like that. Keep imagining yourself where you want to be, what you're going to wear when you manifest, what your dream house is going to look like. Everything that you want and desire, I want you to keep imagining it, keep picturing it in your head. Because all is possible here. It's just that you're coming out of this phase of isolation, okay? You have isolated yourself, maybe created walls around yourself, maybe created walls of ice, walls of metal, walls of brick, walls of whatever you created, right? And those walls are melting. Look at the heat over here with the Lovers. It's melting. Love and your inner self are melting your hardness. And you need this, okay? You need this because your joy and delight has been frozen, okay? You moving forward has been frozen. You mending and releasing, connecting, and all of this stuff has been frozen. But it's changing. It's changing because you are going to follow your own path. You see this? She's going to follow her own path. She's going to follow her own path. Her own path. His own path. And then look at the result. I want you guys to pay specific attention to this result. Infinite abundance comes when you can do this. Abundance pours into your life because you listen to your inner voice. You listen to yourself, your own light, your own voice, your own healing, your own connecting, your own releasing. You. The same way that your mother had to release shit or heal shit or connect with shit is not the same way you will. The same way that your sister did is not the way you will. Same way that your brother, uncle, cousin, mentor, it will not always work the way that you need it to. We need to find our own path so much. Take other people's paths. We listen to it. We learn from it. We use it and then we tweak it and then we see what works. We see what doesn't work. It's all trial and error. Just like gardening. You see what works, what doesn't work. How much water you need for this plant. How much water you need for that plant. Right? We have to learn these things. So the last two cards that came out, I wanted to get specific directions. So we have here the energy work card, and then we have here the abundance planning card. So a lot of you, I feel like you need to reorganize your life, yourself, your love life, your finances, what you need to do. You need to start making to-do lists. You need to plan, because you're all over the place and you feel chaos and you feel like you're misaligned and just things going crazy everywhere. So what we're gonna need to do is make lists and plan and budget, to-do lists and all of that stuff. I want you guys to buy yourself a cute journal. Even if you buy yourself a plain old journal, decorate that shit, paint it, put stickers on it, glue crystals on it, glue your tarot cards to it. Get creative, get really like into it, okay? Because I want you guys to start planning out every single day if you need to, whatever you need to plan out. Oh, these bills are due next week. I'm gonna make a whole page of all my bills due, and I'm gonna put stickers all over. Like, what is it to you? I'm going to anoint the entire page with money oil so that I can pay these bills effortlessly. Whatever it is to you, okay? So I want you guys to start planning, writing, budgeting, to-do lists, gratitude lists, okay? And then we have energy work. Cleanse. Use sage, use incense, spiritual baths, take more showers, more baths. Anoint yourself with natural oils. If you have a perfume, if you have one of my oils from my shop, if you have spiritual oils, anoint yourself with it. Cleanse your energy and watch what happens, because this is your result right here. Look at this. It's beautiful and you're headed right towards it. We just have a little bit more work to do, and you are gonna do it, and you are doing it. And I'm really excited for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you very soon.